Finally. And we are back with another edition of the Fishing Pole. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Today I am going to do some pre-season trout fishing. We're going to see if we can catch some fish and maybe just maybe bring something home for dinner. So stay tuned, everybody. Please, I'll pay you in fish. This is my dock demon. I figured I'd have some fun with this. I like to use small Gamakatsu hooks for panfish like this. As you can see, I have a small split shot. It's offset by about maybe like 5 or 6 inches. We're gonna see if this will sit enough for them to eat. So what the bait does is, if you haven't used power bait before, so open it up, it's fresh. And the cat bounces. So what you do is, you just take a small bit of it off here. They sell power bait, you can it actually comes in balls. You can do this yourself. I mean, I think it's a waste. You do what you want. If you don't like to get your hands messy, knock yourself out. It's pretty early right now. I hope I don't have a wicked glare. Something come off this. So, let's see if this works. So tiny little ball, little split shot. Dock demon. Oh, I have a fluorocarbon leader on here too. Why do I have a fluorocarbon leader? I have a fluorocarbon leader so the fish don't see it. Fluorocarbon. Just waiting for my bait to sink here. Fluorocarbon is low visibility in the water. So if you haven't used it, please use it. Get some fish. Ah, dude. I think my leader just fell off. And the bait I am using today, or tried to use today, this is power bait. This is extra scent with stripper glitter. So, nice to know. I did get one bite on this, one good bite. I think if I use this again, what I need to do is put a very light fluorocarbon leader. This is a dock demon, and I'm using the monofilament that it came with it, and I have a feeling the trout are not liking what they see. So I'm trying to slow retrieve. Trying. Feels like finally. All right, the bite was pretty slow. I was using power bait for the longest time, and I threw on an inline spinner, and it worked. Amazing. Got one for dinner. So, rainbow, about 10, 11 inches. Should make a good eating size fish. So, all right. Nice fish on an inline spinner. But yeah, rainbow. Nice fish. When all else fails, I like to use these. This one, I want to have a big shout out to my dad. This was my dad's. Looks like I pulled his lip off, but he's gonna come home to eat with us tonight. He doesn't know it. But when all else fails, if the bite is slow, nothing beats an inline spinner. All right, I just dispatched the fish. So this is the homemade spinner I use. My dad made these decades ago, and he had a whole box of these, so I figured I would take them. These are Colorado blades. He handmade this himself. I do have a video on how to make the inline spinner. They're pretty easy to make. You just need a kit and a bunch of stuff. And really, for all intents and purposes, all you really need is a pair of needle nose pliers. There are specialized equipment you can use to make these, but I just use this with a pair of needle nose pliers. I think he did the same thing. There's all sorts of wire twisting vices and stuff you can buy, but this is the homemade inline spinner that I used, and it worked. Okay, Maryland preseason trout fishing. They sporadically put trout in multiple waters, and you can check their website to see where and when they're going to put them in. A lot of times it's not a lot. Today the limit to catch fish was 2. As a kid, I was used to catching between 5 and 8. Things have changed quite a bit, but if you do like to trout fish, it is worth it. They were really finicky today, I'm not going to lie. I was using power bait, and I was getting bite when I had very light fluorocarbon at the end of my rod. And that leader that I made snapped off, and it was using monofilament. I got 0 bites. My other rod had fluorocarbon on it, but I have a feeling it's old and it's probably stained, so it was more visible in the water. So if you can, tip for the day, and when you fish, every day is a learning experience, use fluorocarbon. Fresh fluorocarbon 4-pound test is great for trout. So everybody, I'll see you out there in the water, and happy fishing. In the immortal words of the late great Tom Petty, the waiting is the hardest part.